Hey everybody, it's Lon Lopez. Welcome to another edition of Moron versus Fanboy. I am representing MoronLife.com.
And I'm Derek McCaw, representing FanboyPlanet.com. We're two self-styled pop culture experts with the superpower to criticize everything.
Yes, and it's funny you mentioned that, Derek, because this week we are going to be very superhero-centric. A lot of the news we got last week was, that we want to talk about, I should say.
Right, we were bitten by a radioactive website.
Yes, there was we're going to be very geek-centric tonight. So,
like other nights when we're not.
Exactly. Well,
when are those?
Pop culture covers a lot of different things.
Sure,
but,
sure.
we want to spread it around. But our forte, as you can see by the colorful posters behind Derek, is usually superhero comic nerdy stuff. So we're good at that. But before we start, Derek, I want to talk about one thing that happened to me this weekend. It is kind of
Does it involve food?
It does not actually, but it does involve kind of the geeky aspect thing that we were talking about. This weekend I went to the San Jose Toy Show. It was at the fairgrounds.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was fantastic as always. Put on by the lovely people at the Time Tunnel Toys in San Jose. If you get a chance, you're a toy collector out there, go visit Joe, say hi, go to the toy shows. They're really cool. The one thing though I did notice this weekend, so sometimes, I mean, these things get pretty popular. They get pretty big, and
sometimes celebrities are there signing.
Sometimes they have like celebrities from like 50s TV shows. This week, they had Tony Dow from Leave It to Beaver.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, we're talking A-list.
That's cool.
A-list for like the F list.
He was in Kentucky Fried Movie.
Was he?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to go rewatch that. Anyways, the one thing that stood out though is sometimes people treat this like a WonderCon, like a Comic-Con, and they cosplay, which is kind of cool. It's a toy show. It's not like a real comic convention or whatever. But
no, it's changing. I think maybe
it's
just
adapting.
Whatever opportunity you have to dress up.
Yeah, and
were
you
molested by a chimpanzee? Maybe someone dressed up
That's
as
funny
Caesar?
You say chimpanzee. It was a gorilla.
It was a gorilla. It was a gorilla. I saw a picture you posted on Facebook.
So that was the thing I wanted to talk about. So there was this dude in a awesome...
General Ursus touched you?
Maybe. I don't know if that was his name, but yeah. So this dude is in an awesome, authentic Planet of the Apes gorilla costume. It's on my Facebook. I'll maybe try to put it on the MoronLife website. Anyways, you see a guy like that walking by, you go, I want to get a picture of that guy. So I was like, excuse me. And he like stayed in character and everything. He's like, and I was like, is it cool if I get a picture? Like, and then he like gets in his pose.
They are completely articulate in the movies.
I know, but I wasn't him. Anyways, So I asked him for the picture, and he takes the picture, he does the pose and everything else, and I go, thanks, man. And then he goes, let me see it. And I go, wait, what?
He wants picture approval.
He wants picture approval. He's like, let me see it. And I was like, and so I had to go on my phone, open it up, and then I was like, here.
I don't look good in this light.
It's like, it came out fine. Okay. And then I walked away, and I was just like, that was weird. And then I thought it was just maybe for me.
When Chase Masterson asked me that years ago, I mean, that was different.
I don't even know who
that
that
is.
is.
She's a busty Star Trek actress.
So when later on in the toy show, I thought it was just for me, I noticed somebody else did the same thing. Hey, let me take a picture. Psh, I swear to God, he goes, let me see it. Let me see it. And the other guy was like, I don't know how to bring up the picture. And he was like, did it come out okay? Okay. And I was like, so this dude's like super insecure about his image.
Yeah. See, even gorillas have body image problems.
Yeah, it was interesting. So if you were out there, Mr. Gorilla Guy.
I think we learned something tonight.
What did we learn? What was that?
No, I said even gorillas have body image. I mean, everybody's got self-esteem issues.
It's quite possible, yes. But that's not what we're here to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about some geeky goodness because some really interesting stuff got announced last week, and we're going to talk about it tonight. So let's go open up our show with our first segment of the night, the cover story. Man, that's a kick-ass graphic. Anyways, I love that.
I can't take my eyes off it.
And the explosions in the universe. It's kind of like the news is exploding in our minds and stuff. Kind of like what we found out last week. Now, do you want to tell the people what we found out last week? And it deals with a franchise, a very successful comic/film franchise.
We're going number one here, right?
Yes, we're taking number one. What did we find out last week?
That we, while we're still excited and looking forward to X-Men Days of Future Past, which is Bryan Singer returning to the X-Men franchise.
Arguably one of the better X directors. He did X2.
The best.
The best, yeah.
He did X-Men, the first one, the second one. He produced the third. We forgive him.
Sure.
James Mangold, definitely good on the Wolverine. And on the heels of last week, actually last Tuesday, they released the Wolverine on
Blu-ray, DVD.
On Blu-ray, DVD, all that. And therefore, then Bryan Singer tweeted that, and let slip, that X-Men Days of Future Past will lead directly into the next film in the franchise called X-Men Apocalypse.
What?
So we have the sequel announcement, 7 months before we actually even see the next film.
Wow. Okay.
So very tightly bound together because the Wolverine ended with a post-credit sequence leading directly into Days of Future Past. And then Days of Future Past will lead directly into Apocalypse, and it'll be interesting. I've heard rumors as to how it's going to connect.
So wait, let me get this straight. So the X-Men are going to fight like Aztec, Mayan, like jungle people? Is that what this is going to happen?
Well, you're not all that far off if they go with the character called Apocalypse in the comics, who is actually an ancient
Wait, I thought
Egyptian
you said
mutant.
X-Men Apocalypto.
No.
Oh,
no.
you didn't say. Oh, okay.
Wow. If you stretched that far for
I'm just
exercise
saying, right?
as you do for a joke, you wouldn't be cramping up there on the stool.
I'm just saying, Mel Gibson is a big fan of the mutants.
I'm going to try to keep this factual, moron.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so
Apocalypse is actually an ancient Egyptian mutant named En-Sabanur.
Oh, well, excuse
in
me.
the comics, who is like the first mutant and who feels that it's his job to test all of them so that mutant kind will rise superior. Now, what I don't know, since Days of Future Past is dealing with alternate timelines, sending Wolverine back into the past to deal with the younger team, James McAvoy and
the other kids.
Who's the other guy playing Magneto as a young man?
Fassbender?
Yeah, Michael Fassbender. And trying to kind of connect up that the timelines between the first trilogy of films and
this new one they're trying to start
don't really quite add up. So there are things that kind of, the Beast appears in a different fashion. Then that guy's not going to grow up and be Kelsey Grammer. So,
thank God.
What? No, that's my idol, man.
What?
Totally.
Do we have a clip of him falling off the stage? Do we have that? No, no. Our director Rudy's saying no. We don't have that
but
clip.
If you want to hang out later, I can do that for you.
Oh,
I can recreate
it?
the moment.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I love that bit.
So anyway, if it ties it in, then one of the most revered X-Men storylines in the comics, you probably recall fondly, because I think it was when a young Lon Lopez was coming of age.
Age of Apocalypse?
I
actually did not buy into that. I didn't like that. Because it was like a weird alternative universe thing.
It was.
And I don't think that's what they're going for, though, are they? I mean,
it might be. If you're going to an
alternate
timeline and then you go into yet another one where, like, Professor X never lived.
But I mean, why would you spend all this time developing all these characters just to do another movie where you have to undevelop them? Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Well, because I kind of think that you might have to have an excuse as to why, say, you don't have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine anymore, which you might not. He gave an interview today saying, we'll see what happens.
I'm kind of over it. I want to do more singing in French musical movies. Is that what he said?
And frankly, I love him for it.
Oh, wow. Okay. You're one of them.
I am. I'm a Broadway fan, and I think he's great. I saw his one-man show. It was wonderful. That guy can sing.
Wow.
So
we are definitely versus on this one.
I know we are. I know.
Now, are we looking forward to either of these movies, or what? How you feel?
I'm really looking forward to Days of Future Past, because when Bryan Singer is really good, he's really good.
Unusual Suspects, you mean?
The Usual Suspects.
But when he's really bad,
he's
Superman Returns.
Yeah. He's horrible.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Jack the Giant Slayer yet. Have you?
I don't think anyone has. That's why it's like available on demand on your TV. It's not even on demand on your TV. It's like please watch it.
It's either this or we will show you Battlefield Earth.
Yeah, I don't even know about that. I think Battlefield Earth is banned from television.
Battlefield Earth is basically anything with battle in it. Battleship.
Unwatchable.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
I feel punished by the studios. Like I committed some sin. It's like Catholicism. So,
Yikes. No,
please.
Anyways, I think the one concern I have with Days of Future Past is so many characters coming out. They're saying that Warpath's going to be in it. Bishop's going to be in it. Which Bishop's whole storyline isn't even involved with the original Days of Future
No, but
Past.
it came in the past because of
Right.
Apocalypse.
Yeah, so
So I think actually that's what is we'll see Bishop
well,
like
no,
near
he didn't
the
come to
end
the
of it.
past for Apocalypse, did he? He came back to stop some assassination of some senator or some.
No, that's Days of Future Past. That's just Kitty Pryde. But in the film now, it's Wolverine.
Either way, I just feel like hopefully.
Oh, it is an awful lot, and it's an
hopefully
attempt.
Singer can just tie it all together and make it nice and put in a little bow.
Well, and you got to bring in Warpath because they did announce over the summer that they were going to make an X-Force movie.
Oh, did they?
As a separate thing, so you need Warpath in there.
I wonder who else they're going to get if
they
know
they want to create. They want to be doing the same thing that basically Disney is doing with their Marvel stable, which is to have 2 or 3 movies a year.
That'd be great.
Set in the same universe, which includes, as I see you noted down, the Fantastic Four. They still have the rights to the Fantastic Four.
They're talking about mixing the 2 properties, which I don't know if is going to work, but
I don't mind them coexisting in the same universe, and it could be an interesting, since they have established very well cinematically that mutants are the freaks.
Yeah, but also the Baxter building is an uptown, and the mutants are all
right. But that's the thing
that's
the contrast. Is why is it that the Fantastic Four getting their powers doesn't make them hated?
Because they have money.
So
and mutants are poor.
No,
I'm just kidding.
Xavier's got a lot of money.
Well, he's their sugar daddy, so it's okay.
He looks like Daddy Warbucks. That's true.
That's kind of right. We need a Little Orphan Annie X-Men movie. Little Orphan Origin Annie or something. Annie Origins or something.
It just sounds
Wasn't there a movie?
It sounds wrong the way you say it.
It does. Well, we got to move on to our next topic.
I was hoping you would.
We're still in our cover story here, but another thing that came out this week, which was really exciting, was the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer got released.
There's another universe where Sony is trying to build up a huge universe, and you have that in that trailer.
Well, it's still the Spider-Man universe.
But yes,
okay.
but they're going to create. There's a glimpse of Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat. So
they're
considering making a Felicia Hardy, a Black Cat.
But before we go
film.
there, let's talk about what happened. So the Spider-Man 2 trailer came out.
It did.
Yes. And a lot of things were revealed.
There was much rejoicing. Yes,
because a lot the hype that has been previously announced about this movie has just been Electro, and then a little later it came out that
we're gonna do
Rhino. And now a poster got released last week where
the Green Goblin.
There's a Green Goblin. And then we actually see the trailer, and what do we find? What's revealed?
Well, but from Comic-Con, this had actually leaked out since late July, a rumor that they were building towards the Sinister Six.
Mm-hmm.
And so what leaked out is there's a glimpse of, I guess you'll call it the basement laboratories in Oscorp, until we know better. That includes the wings of the Vulture.
The Wings of a Vulture. I love that band.
And the arms of Dr. Octopus.
Oh, I don't have that album.
No, but it's kind of Spider-Man 2.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So it's interesting now. Over the summer, I had picked up on Fanboy Planet. We had an article in which there was a casting notice, an announcement about a little independent horror film that included the guy Colm Fiore is the actor.
Colm Fiore? Is he the dude that used to be on Next Generation?
No, that's Colm Meaney.
Colm Meaney.
Yeah.
Dang.
Okay, Colm Fiore, who was in Stephen King's Storm of the Century, and he was the villain of the first Thor movie. Remember
the one nobody remembers.
The Frost Giant.
Yeah.
The Frost Giant. He was not Malekith, but that guy. So Colm Fiore is
Frosty.
Is playing Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
Is playing
Frosty the Frost Giant.
Adrian Toomes, who is the secret identity of the Vulture. Not so secret. Everybody knows it's Adrian Toomes. So now I've read that since they've changed the character's name, but at one point it was listed on IMDb as Adrian Toomes, the Vulture. So
yeah, but will he have a substantial role or like a little cameo?
Probably a little cameo to build up into, because again,
like
same problem as X-Men. What are you going to do with
characters?
5 villains?
Yeah, or 6.
Well, eventually
they're sinister.
There's 3. They're sinister.
They're sinisterly 6.
But the interesting thing is that the Green Goblin, who will be in this one, is not Norman Osborn. It's going to be Harry first.
Yeah, but wasn't Harry Goblin too at one point?
Well, he was.
He was
and
a
he was Goblin in the James Franco played him in.
He was in James Franco?
Spider-Man 3.
I heard rumors.
There was a little goblin inside.
Ooh,
there's a lot of goblin going. Wait, is this a family show?
No, it's the internet.
Oh,
We're all
hate
good.
You.
Okay.
You've lured me into ribaldry.
So, anyways, what did you think of the first Amazing Spider-Man?
I liked it. I think I'm kind of in the minority. I think it was an interesting independent drama about
independent.
Wait, no, listen.
Oh, okay.
Independent drama about a young man dealing with the loss of his parents, and then the superhero movie broke in.
Oh, right.
And because I was really,
thought it was. I thought it was a skateboarding movie because there's like 20 minutes of him skateboarding.
I was really compelled by. I loved the setup, and then I just feel like every time something about the gaining of superpowers happened, they'd kind of go, don't pay too much attention to this. Like how he got his web. It's like, is this adding up to anybody?
My biggest problem with Amazing Spider-Man 1, and I'm going to go to it real fast, is they completely changed the motivation for what makes him Spider-Man. And I was angry about that because they made him, he's still seeking Uncle Ben's killer. So he was basically combing the night trying to find justice and trying to find revenge.
Okay,
whereas the original was he felt an obligation, a responsibility because he has these powers to be a hero instead of wanting revenge.
No, but there is a moment which I really appreciated in the film.
Was it the one where he rips off his mask every 5 minutes?
That's in every movie.
Okay.
That when he saves the kid in the car that's falling off the bridge, and he gives him the mask, and when they say, "Who are you?" "I'm Spider-Man." That really worked for me as a moment of that was the moment he realized it was about something larger than vengeance.
Yeah, but then did you see the deleted scene where the little kid goes, "I killed Uncle Ben," and he beats the crap out of him? You didn't see that one?
I did, but I choose to not consider that.
Well, I'm
canon.
just saying
they deleted it for a reason.
All right. Either way,
you've got to. This is the problem with DVDs. Deleted scenes. It's a waste. I mean,
I'm just saying
you got to ruin the whole movie. You've got to let the director experiment, and then he pulls back and edits.
All right. Either way, looking at this trailer.
Have you seen our deleted scene where you make sense?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't exist.
No, I know.
Wait.
Yes, more.
No, but I will have to say I did not like the first one, but after looking at this trailer, I'm intrigued. I also am a big fan of Paul Giamatti as the Rhino, which looks...
I don't like the look of the Rhino.
The look of the Rhino looks dumb.
Like
looks like he's going to be like this giant mech,
but
Avatar
I'm not a big fan of the first trilogy. I didn't like the Sam Raimi films all that much. They're okay.
Yeah, but you know what? This trilogy makes the other one look better. Anyways, we got to move on. We're running low on time here. So yeah, check out the Spider-Man 2 trailer online. It will move you one way or the other. I don't know. Anyways, this week we're going to talk about another thing that was revealed this week in our Versus section.
Oh.
Versus. Huh! You got kicked in the face by that chick.
Is that what you look like in your mind?
No, that's what I look like. It happens to me every day. I get beat down by the world. Anyways, Derek, since you are the man of the knowledge, tell us what happened for our favorite House of Mouse and what did they acquire last week?
Well, they had technically acquired this, but now it is free and clear. Which we all assume. They purchased Lucasfilm a couple of years ago,
right? They got Star Wars.
They got Star Wars. Actually, that was just, I guess, a year ago, really. It just feels like it's been longer. And that wasn't just Star Wars because Indiana Jones came with that. And I realized I just spoiled my lead. But that is what they finally cleared because the rights and the distribution rights to Indiana Jones remained with Paramount.
Right.
And they finally cleared it. Now, one of the rumors why this should make people get all excited is that Harrison Ford had, I don't know where, made some statement that he was willing to talk to Disney about being in Star Wars as an aged Han Solo if they could at least provide an outline, the promise that they would investigate the possibility of making a fifth Indiana Jones. For some reason, he doesn't want to go back to being Han Solo, but he does want to continue as Indiana Jones.
Now, my question is, does anybody want him to return to Indiana Jones?
I knew this was going to be your versus thing when I thought about this is, should there be a fifth indie film? I think is really what you're...
Well, I think my question is, should there be a fifth indie film by Disney starring Harrison Ford?
Can you see any other actor as Indiana Jones?
It's funny you mention that because...
It's almost as if I knew, which actually I didn't.
Thinking about it today, I actually had a conversation with our director, Rudy Loida, and we talked about...
Rudy, do you have that deleted scene?
No, don't go to it, Rudy. Anyways, so we talked about how iconic Indiana Jones is through the years, and that almost we love him as the doctor, archaeologist and everything else, but he's kind of our American version of James Bond in a sense that
It was their intent. I mean, originally,
kind of, yeah.
No, not even kind of. Spielberg wanted to direct a James Bond movie.
Well, then I'm right again.
The broccoli.
So
again, what do you mean again?
Well, you said makes sense. I just did it.
The broccolis.
So we're done.
The broccolis who control James Bond. Albert Broccoli.
Oh, their names are actually.
yeah.
I thought you were having some derogatory term for British people.
The producers of. That doesn't even make sense.
British broccoli. They start with BR. It makes kind of a little sense, right? A little. Anyways,
Very
so
little.
I would think, look, you're rebooting everything nowadays. You know what I mean? You got everything coming out. You might as well just start. Now, here's the thing: you don't need to reboot Indiana Jones.
No,
because like James Bond, every movie starts out. He has a little adventure in the beginning. Then he goes back to school. He teaches a little bit. Then he gets handed a new adventure. So you don't really need an origin story. There never was an origin story, was there? Really? I mean, there was that first adventure with River Phoenix, but I mean, there was never a real adventure. Anyways,
there were young episodes of Young Indiana Jones,
but nobody watched those. Those don't count.
No, actually, I mean, a lot of people do. So
I mean, the people that did, they don't count.
But I'd like them to be made better.
No,
I mean,
not to me.
They're supposed
I'm kidding.
to.
I'm joking.
Well, they were educational, which probably killed it for you.
All right. But I just think here's my thing.
Hollywood. You watch a lot of Wishbone.
Hollywood, if you're listening, is that the salad dressing? Did they have a show after that?
That was the dog.
Oh, okay. So here's the one guy I think working in Hollywood right now. You could build a whole new franchise around. You want to read my mind?
Are you going to kill my soul again?
Read my mind? No,
because I fear that you're going to kill my soul.
No, because I think that you're going to actually get on board with me.
Okay, this has happened once before.
All right, get ready.
It happened on the podcast.
All right, get on Derek, Rudy. Get on Derek because I want his reaction.
All right,
you ready? Bradley Cooper.
I knew you were going to say that.
No,
and you
didn't.
Kill me.
What?
I hate Bradley Cooper.
No, but see, here's the thing.
Oh.
Here's the thing.
No.
He's got the arrogance.
Rocket Raccoon.
No, he's got the arrogance.
Indiana Jones is not arrogant.
He's got the rugged. Oh, what?
No, he's not.
Women
arrogant.
love him, and he
He's
could
not
totally
arrogant.
be a. Oh,
no, he's got a soft little nuggety.
but you have to dig down underneath.
He's gruff, but it's not.
Oh,
it's
okay.
Not
Who are
Bradley
you gonna
Cooper.
pick? You gonna pick some Australian guy that was never born here? Who would you pick as your Indiana Jones? If you had to
Tom
recast?
Hardy would be interesting.
Australian Indiana Jones?
No, he has an American accent.
No, that was called
Acting.
Crocodile Dundee. That's who we were going to get.
No, I'm not Paul Hogan.
You know what, though? You just made me think of a wonderful... You know how we were talking about expanded universe films?
Indiana Jones versus Bane?
No, Indiana Jones and Crocodile Dundee go on an adventure together. I mean, the people have been wanting to see it for years.
I don't know why Hollywood doesn't beat down your door.
Dude,
and then beat down your
I'm in
head.
the book, Hollywood. If you need me, just look it up.
Oh,
it's
God.
fantastic. Anyways, I think you could build it around Bradley Cooper. He's a good actor, and he's got charisma.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna say. I will withhold judgment until Guardians of the Galaxy.
Dude, don't judge him on a voice
I
on
am
a raccoon.
Gonna judge him as
No,
Rocket Raccoon.
You can't do
because
that.
if he craps on Rocket Raccoon,
Rocket Raccoon's going to crap all over the place. He's a raccoon.
No,
it's not going to happen. Anyways, I just think if you're going to do more Indiana Jones, it's got to be a younger version. It's got to be somebody that can do all the stunts and not a 70-year-old man. Isn't that how old he is now?
I think he's 72.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. Even Dirty Harry had to quit. You know what I mean?
He did.
So, anyways. So, yeah, I'm over it. Anyways, it's time to move on to our next segment. Last week we had we had just announcements galore last week. And
I know.
so
I feel I skipped my podcast too. We could not make it work.
we got a lot happening. But
and there was so much.
So
so
our
much.
final segment of the night, which we have been going to every week, is essentially we're going to find out who is tonight our Geek of the Week.
I love Meek.
Wow, makes you want to dance. It's so like with the flashing lights.
It
and
kind of
everything.
does. I feel like we should do a video game. Moron versus Life 2014.
Moron versus Life.
Moron
or Fanboy?
versus Fanboy.
Or Moron.
Moron Life.
That's my
Moron
whole
versus
story.
Life.
Moron versus Life. So our Geek of the Week this
The
week.
joke wouldn't have been any funnier had I done it right.
It's okay. It's all right. I'm with you. Oh, sorry. We're shaking. the
We're
camera.
just running without a script, people.
Yeah, that's how we do it, people. We do it live on recorded internet. Anyways, so our Geek of the Week this week is somebody who got a prized casting job role.
We've been waiting for.
And we didn't really quite expect this to come out of this project. But our Geek of the Week...
Again, no, I did. But anyway,
you did?
Yes.
I'm sorry. You know everything, Derek. Anyway.
I do.
Did Chase Masterson tell you? I'm kidding.
No,
our Geek of the Week this week
there.
is Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot. Do you know who Gal Gadot is?
Until the announcement this week, I did not have any idea.
More like Gal, I don't know. That's with an O with a French. It's French. Anyways,
there's a lot of gals you don't know.
An Israeli,
I don't even like calling them gals.
She's an Israeli actress who previously was in 1 or 2 Fast and Furious movies.
I think they said 5 and 6. So when I would they?
Oh, well, I meant
went on
1 or 2.
No. I know. I mean, I went into the Internet Movie Database. When I saw her name, it was like,
how did you get access?
Oh,
are you a hacker? I'm
no.
sorry. Go ahead.
Public membership.
So
sure.
All right.
Anyway, they had her listed for Fast and Furious 5 and 6, and a lot of Israeli movies. So I think there was something else.
I have a couple in my Israeli Netflix queue.
There were a couple of other things that I was like, okay, I was kind of aware, but certainly not someone who has headlined a film or necessarily stood out. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing either.
Have we mentioned what she got? She got the role of Wonder Woman. We've said that,
she
right?
is Wonder Woman, yes.
She is Wonder Woman in the new Batman Superman movie, correct?
Right.
The new Zack Snyder, Ben Affleck is...
And which, for a few months, there has been the rumor that Wonder Woman was going to appear, sort of like a minor character in there, because we do know that they do want Superman versus Batman or Batman versus Superman, whatever they're going to call it, to lead into a Justice League movie. So they think what they're just going to do is that Warner Brothers is just going to keep piling on characters exponentially until eventually one of the sequels turns out to be the Justice League.
Okay, well, we got to wrap this up quickly, but basically...
Because there are rumors they're going to cast a Flash in there, too.
Yeah, well, they're leaning towards it, but Gal got the role that a lot of ladies in Hollywood would have loved.
Oh, yeah. Jamie Alexander, who is Sif, wanted it very badly.
Well, there you go. So congratulations, Gal Gadot. You are our Geek of the Week. So
that poor woman.
She's going to get a lot of Comic-Con germs. Anyways,
yes.
We've got to wrap it up. We're just about out of time.
Super fraudage.
So we want to thank you all for watching. And once again, I'm Lon Lopez of MoronLife.com. Catch us at the site and also tweet us at MoronLife. And over here we've got...
I'm Derek McCaw of FanboyPlanet.com. So you can listen to the Fanboy Planet podcast available on iTunes. You can also tweet us at Fanboy Planet. Check out our Facebook page and check out the website, www.fanboyplanet.com.
And also we want to thank our director tonight, Rudy Loida, our assistant segment producer, Dave McGuire. Thank you guys for watching.
Every
Make
week
sure
it gets bigger.
To tune in next week to Moron versus Fanboy. Take care. See you next one.